Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Sunday, March 20th slate of NBA and college basketball games. I'm super excited to hop into it. We do have a pretty good slate of both games, of both NBA and college basketball. And we had another fantastic day today. There was so much great basketball, especially in March Madness. I mean, all these games were ridiculously close, or I should say for the most part. I guess they weren't all ridiculously close, but we had some great games, and you know, I wish it would have translated into some wins for us. We didn't have a very great day, but I did just want to go ahead and say that really quick. At the time of recording this video, we are on the road to 6,000 subscribers, and we are less than 200 subscribers away. So let's go ahead and try to hit that by the end of March. That is kind of my goal right now. So if you guys are new, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. And thank you so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance. It truly does mean so much to me. So let's go ahead and do a quick recap of yesterday. I truly wish we didn't have to, but unfortunately we do. And we'll just have to kind of roll with it. So we did have Tennessee -6 versus Michigan -110. Unfortunately, Michigan actually ended up winning outright. Other than just a couple guys on Tennessee, Tennessee was just not clicking. They really couldn't do too much on the offensive floor, on the offensive side of the floor. Wow, they had a really tough night in Michigan. They were kind of clicking. So Michigan, they did end up winning outright towards the end of the game by like 4 or 6 or something. Regardless, they didn't win by a whole lot, but still they did end up winning and obviously covering, so that one did not work out for us. Then our one lonesome win of the night was Memphis plus 10.5 for Zaga. Like I said, there's just way too many points for a very good Memphis team. That game was absolutely fantastic to watch. I absolutely loved every second of it. It was a great game overall. Then we have Mavericks -1.5 for Charlotte. They kept it close until about the start of the fourth quarter, and then they decided, I'm just going to give up, and they decided to end up losing by 20. Nothing we can do there. Then we had Karl-Anthony Towns under 10.5 rebounds. I knew this one wasn't going to cash as soon as Giannis did get ruled out, so we did end up having a 1-3 day. Nothing we can do about that. But I will say that the last time that I had 2 bad days in a row, I followed up with 2 sweeps. I'm just saying, I'm not guaranteeing a sweep, but I am saying that last time that this happened, we did see some success afterwards. So I always say that the best time to tail someone is whenever they are not doing so hot, because you never know when that could turn around. So let's go ahead and hop into today's plays, though. I only have 2 in college basketball and 1 in the NBA, and I will be adding another NBA play more than likely. So make sure you guys are following my Twitter. I will put it on there, and also make sure to check the pinned comment section before the games start, and just to see if I do end up adding another play. I will tell you that right now, at the time of recording this video, one of my leans right now is going to be Josh Hart over. I think he has a great matchup, and I'm not betting his under again after he dropped 44 the last time that we did it. So that's more than likely what I'll be putting out there, but I have to wait to see a line, of course. So anyway, let's go ahead and dive into it. First play of the day is going to be Miami plus 7.5 versus Auburn at -110 odds. Now, Miami, they've shown a lot of, I think they surprised a lot of people here in the tournament so far. They have covered in 2 straight games. They've also covered in 4 of their last 5 and 8 of their last 11. So they really finished off the year in a very good fashion. And obviously, they did just have a upset over USC, a very good win against a pretty quality team there. And I think that they're going to be able to keep this game close versus Auburn. And Miami, as an underdog this year, they love to prove those books wrong. They're 10-2 against the spread as an underdog this year. And versus ranked opponents, which obviously Auburn is, they are 3-1 against the spread versus ranked opponents. So I think we see a ton of value here. They play really well against some really great teams. And especially as an underdog, they love to prove those books wrong. So in Auburn, despite them being a really good team overall, they haven't been great against covering the spread. They have actually only covered in 3 of their last 11 games. So I think we do see a little bit of value here for Miami. I think that this line should be around 5.5 or even 4.5, but I do think Miami can keep this one close for sure. So we're riding with it. Miami plus 7.5 versus Auburn at -110 odds. our second play of the day, we're going with a Big Ten play. We're going with Purdue minus 3.5 versus Texas at minus 105 odds. Now, obviously, we bet against Michigan today, and that was a Big Ten team. We're not betting against another Big Ten team. We're taking the Purdue plus the points here versus Texas. Obviously, Purdue started off the tournament red and hot. They had a 22-point victory over Yale, and I know Yale's not necessarily the best team, but that's still a very big statement win to win by 22 points in the first round of March Madness. That's huge. And in non-conference games this year, Purdue is 8-4 against the spread. So they do a really good job against teams that are not in the Big Ten. And I think we see a little bit of value here, truthfully. And Texas, they have not been very good at covering. Obviously, they did have a pretty big win in round one, but they've only covered in one of their last 7 games, and Purdue is a very, very solid team. And Texas this year, as an underdog, they are 2-6 against the spread, and they are just 2-9 against the spread versus ranked teams. So I think we see a ton of value here, and they're also only 1-2 against the spread in neutral site games. So they haven't really been too great this year, and I think that we see a ton of value here because Purdue, obviously, they're a very solid team, and Jaden Ivey is nothing short of a stud. So I think we see a lot of value here. I think this line should be much higher than what it is. So I love Purdue here. We're taking them plus the points at minus 105 odds. And then our third and final play of the day, like I said, I'm going to be adding another one, but I just have to wait for some more lines. Unfortunately, there's not a lot out right now. But we're going to be taking the Celtics, minus 3.5 versus Denver at minus 110 odds. The Celtics are coming off 2 pretty statement wins here. And obviously, the Celtics are a very red-hot team. They've won a lot of games since the start of the year. And I think they do keep this trend going. Their last 2 games, they had a win versus Golden State by 22 points, and they had a win versus Sacramento by 29. So those are 2 very big wins, winning by a lot of points. And I think they do win by more than 4 here versus Denver. They have covered in 5 of their last 8 games as well, so covering a lot more often than not. And as a road favorite this year, they are 13-6 against the spread. And on the road this year, they've been really solid as well. They are 20-14-1 on the road this year. So they're a great road team. They're great as a road favorite, and they've been really good here recently. So I think we see a ton of value here for the Celtics. And when it comes to Denver, they haven't been the greatest at covering. They have only covered in 2 of their last 7 games. And as a home underdog this year, they are 2-4 against the spread as a home underdog and just 13-20 against the spread at home. So like I said, I think we see a ton of value here for the Celtics, who have been red hot. I think they keep this trend going for sure. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we are on the road to 6,000 subscribers, so if you guys are new, make sure you guys do subscribe. We're trying to hit that 6,000 subscriber mark by the end of the month. We're less than 200 subscribers away. So that's going to do it for me. This is King Center signing out. Peace.